Hi, good day everyone. So today we're going to be doing May/June 2017, number 2, paper 2. Let's look at the first question. It said factorize the following expressions completely. Although we're not seeing it, I'll write it over. 6y squared minus 18xy. Right? When you're factorizing, you're asking yourself what they have in common. What does 6 and 18 have in common? What could go into 6 and what could go into 18 at the same time? 6, right? So you're going to put that 6 outside. What about y squared and xy? What do they have in common? They have y in common. Now you're going to say 6y by what would give you 6y squared? Right? 6y multiplied by what would give you 6y squared? That is y. And then 6y multiplied by what would give you negative 18xy. We deal with the numbers. 6 by what would give you 18? 6 by 3. And then a minus and a plus by what would give you minus. So it's minus 3. And then x by what would give you xy. Y multiplied by what would give you xy. Y by x. So it would be y minus 3x. And that would be your answer right there to factorize the first one. Right? This one, right? We're seeing, again, 4m squared and I believe that's 1, has nothing in common. First off, they are subtracting next, and then the terms are all squared terms. So you can't find the square root of 4, the square root of m squared, and the square root of 1. Immediately, they're supposed to come in your head. A squared minus b squared is equals to a minus b and a plus b. Right, so it was the square root of 4. 2, what is the square root of m squared? M, what is the square root of 1? 1. So we can say that this is open bracket 2m minus 1 and 2m plus 1. And that would be your answer for this question. 2m minus 1 and 2m plus 1. Right, next one that we have there, we can see that it is 2t squared minus 3t minus 2. Right, although it's not x's, it's actually t's, right? We see that the highest power is squared, right? And it's decreasing, the powers are decreasing in value. So this here is a quadratic equation. So again, step 1, identify what is a, what is b, and what is c. A is the square root of whatever the term is squared. The coefficient of that is 2. B is the coefficient of the term by itself, right? T, in this case, coefficient of t is minus 3, and c is your term by itself, which is minus 2. Right? Step 2 is to find out AC, which is 2 multiplied by 2, which is equals to 4. Step 3 is to write your factors of 4, which would be 1 and 4, 2 and 2. Right? Step 4 would be b is equal to minus 3. You want to know what two numbers, let's forget about the subtract for now, minus 3. What two numbers, when you add them or subtract them, you're going to get 3. 2 and 2? No. What about 1 and 4? Yes. So b is equal to 4 minus 1, which is 3, but is negative 3, 1. So you're going to multiply this entire thing by negative 1. So this is going to be negative 4 plus 1 would give you indeed minus 3. So wherever we see b, we're going to put minus 4 plus 1. So this is now turns to 2t squared minus 4, plus 4, what am I saying? Hold on. Plus, open bracket, minus 4 plus 1 by t minus 2. Right, according to distributive law, you have to multiply t by each term, so that's 2t squared minus 4t plus t is equals to, not equal to, minus 2. Plus t minus 2. So we have, what does 2t squared and 4t have in common? Right, remember there are 4 terms now, so you're going to pair it off the first two terms. What does 2 and 4 have in common? 2. What about t squared and t? They have t in common. Open bracket. 2t by what would give you 2t squared? T here. And 2t by what would give you minus 4? Well, 2 by minus 2. Right, we have our term, so our bracket must be the same, t minus 2. And then you work backwards. T by what would give you positive t? So that's positive 1. So now you just multiply it vertically. 1 by t is plus t, and 1 by minus 2 is minus 2. So the question is 2t plus 1, right? And then t minus 2. And that would be your answer for this question. Factorize completely. All right, write as a single fraction and simplify. Right, when you see things like this, immediately you think you have to find the LCM of 4 and 3. The LCM of 4 and 3 is 12. Right, what I like to do is I like to put my algebraic terms in. It's not 3, it is 5p plus 2. 5p plus 2, and it's 3p minus 1. And have minus, right? 3 into 12 is 4, and 4 into 12 is 3. So 4 by 5 is 20p, right? And then 4 by 2, so you multiply 4 by each term in the bracket, right? 5 4s are 20, 4 2s are 8. Then 3 by 3p is minus 9p. And then 3 by minus 1 is plus 3. Right, all over 12. Now, before anything, please realize that the reason this is negative here is because of this minus sign. If this was a plus sign, then it would have been plus 3 outside the bracket, right? But because you're subtracting the 2, you have to put that subtraction sign. Then you group like terms, that would be 20p, cross out that, minus 9p, cross out that, plus 8 plus 3, all over 12. 20 minus 9 is 11. P, 8 plus 3 is also 11, so it's 11. 12, you can see that these can factorize. They say simplify, right? It's a single fraction. You can probably leave it as this. Or, because 11p and 11 have 11 in common, it will be 11 open bracket p plus 1 all over 12. And that would be your answer for part B. A formula is given, d is equals to the square root of 4h over 5. 4h over 5. They said determine the value of d when h is equals to 29. So that is d is equals to the square root of 4 by 29 all over 5. Right? Character 3 significant figures. If you're doing this in your calculator, you will obviously remember d. d is equal to the square root of open bracket 4 multiplied by 29. Hold on, open bracket and next open bracket, so 2 open brackets, 4 by 29 divided by 5 close bracket. Right? Or you could have simply did 4 multiplied by 29 divided by 5. Right? So that would have been d is equals to the square root of 23.2 You put that in your calculator, the square root of that is equal to 4.816637832. However, they said correct to 3 significant figures. So this is your first, this is your second, this is your third. So it will be D is equals to 4.8, not 2. You draw a line between 1 and 6. You know 6 is more than 5. So you have to add 1 to the digit in front of the line. So it's 4.82 to 3 significant figures in brackets. And that would be your answer for this. All right, the last question is make H the subject of the formula. Let's do that. We say that D is equals to the square root of 4h over 5. First thing that we're going to do is carry across the square root. Opposite of square root is squared, so it's d squared is equals to 4h all over 5. You want to carry across, divide by 5. That is, what is the opposite of divide by 5? Multiply by 5. So it would be 5d squared is equals to 4h. You want h the subject. The relationship between h and 4 is multiplication. You carry across by 4. That is 5d squared all divided by 4 is equals to h. And that would be your answer to make h the subject of your formula. Right? And that is the end of May-June 2017, number 2.